Alrighty. So now we're gonna, this is the final video. This is the final one for foreshortening. If any of you like have any requests, you want to see like drawn superheroes or anything, just let me know please and I'll try it. But I'm gonna do some more videos just like drawing and not really talking just to show, but this is the final one on foreshortened. And so far with the foreshortened videos, we went over like how to draw it coming towards you. I'll just do a quick review. Like the idea that if this is a tube, this is the middle line, there's a line here and a line there, that tube's always going to be the exact same width, no matter how it's turned. But if it's coming towards you, the lines, these distances get shorter. That's the first thing we talk about with foreshortening, which is real simple. And remember, just a brief thing of perspective is everything runs on these planes. Like just everything has a perspective in space. So if you draw a foot here coming out and it's coming towards you, and say if there's another foot going back, it can never be on this same line. That's a plane. The other foot will have to be like somewhere back here. And these are just all things to keep in mind when you're drawing in deep space and whatnot. But that's another little thing. And so next up is the final thing about foreshortening. And this is really helpful, and this helps me a lot to get measurements like exactly right. Like say if the body's turned a little, there's a little trick. You can use ellipses, pretty simple circles wherever there is a joint. So in other words, with this ellipse here, say at the center of it, here's like the torso, the side view of it, let's say. The arm, remember the first joint of the arm, the elbow is even with about the belly button. So in terms of the idea of how it can bend, it always has to follow this same length. And what you have is from the side view, it's going to be a circle. So the arm, is always going to have to be in that length, in this circle. And so it's the idea that it's always going to follow the circle. Now the other arm, same thing with that. It's always going to have to bend in this circle. So these marks will come in handy because just remember, even with the legs, the legs are simple because they're half and half. But like if a leg, the thigh will always have to be the same length, which means from a side view again, it's going to be a circle. Here's where it's really helpful. And obviously don't worry about the drawing. I'm just pretend that's an arm and that's the arm length. This line's an arm length, that's line. So like the reason this helps is because depending what angle you see the body coming out, like it helps like for this, for example, the arm I just drew, that looks like it's coming towards you. But the reason it's important is because if you draw a line from there, like where I said the deltoid to the end of it, and say you want to figure out, well, how do you get up there? Like what could be a good measurement? Like what's a good estimate of the length? Well, if you draw that same line down to, let's say, just the first joint, the belly button, say it would line up with the belly button somewhat. Well, this arm length that's on the side here, if it was raised, it would follow this ellipse. It would fall under this giant ellipse, which it's because it's the way the space is. So like, I'll just draw a box shape. Let me try this. So say here's a box. We'll keep it really simple for now. Here's the belly button. Here's the outside of the arm. That arm is going to reach from there to the belly button. But if it's raised, if it's coming straight forward, it's not going to be the same length because remember it's on this plane, it's running on this plane of death, which means it's going to kind of, if it was raised, it will form on this ellipse pattern. The only places that would be the same is the top, whereas all the other would fall on this ellipse, which means if it's coming towards you, that would be about right. Same here, it would be about right. Same here. And that would be all the points that from the arm to the elbow joint kind of would meet. And you can see, so right here, if I put the deltoid in, see how it's getting shorter, this would be the bicep. Then right here, or if the deltoid was coming down, this would be the bicep and the rest of the arm. It's getting shorter here. And that's the basic idea behind all these ellipses. And these drawings suck, but it's just like everything. If you just look at like a CD. Here's a good example. I got a CD, perfect. If you look at the CD from the side view, straight on, it's a circle. But as you turn it, it turns more ellipse, which means like if you have the pencil on it now, let's pretend this pencil is the arm. From the middle point down, that's where one joint of the arm. So if you're going to rotate it, like say the body's starting to lay down or something, that would mean, if you could see, it still follows that ellipse. Wherever this moves, it's still on the ellipse. But visually, it's getting shorter, visually. But that's the idea, and that's what's helpful about, what are you doing, man? I gotta finish. But that's what helpful about the ellipse, is that it helps to mark points, like say the leg's standing and that's the leg. That's about the right length. If you want that leg to come out here, how would you get that from that if you're using that measurement? Well, same process, just kind of roughly sketching ellipse. It doesn't have to be exactly right. What are you doing, man? About something like that. And that would be about right. See how I just sketched an ellipse and the best way is from there to there, that's the leg, then from here to here, at that same measurement, you could get where the top of the ellipse would peak. And you just kind of make this ellipse, and then as a result, this here would be kind of the thigh. You can kind of see it now. Like see how the thigh's forming? I'm drawing sloppy because I'm trying to rush, but there's like where the knee, and that would be the knee, and see how it's kind of coming out, rather than if the leg was just down like that. And that's what helps. That really helps a lot. Same with the hand. See now this hand's coming out. I cut it, I put that in like it's a circle, as if the forearm wasn't attached. But see that versus that. You can see how that, and this ellipse here and that. But it's really helpful because even if you're drawing just, like the ellipse helps a lot because you can get any measurement. You can start to get any measurement. That's why this makes a full loop from the proportions, going back, all the proportions of the human body we've been talking about, because now that you understand proportions, you can really draw almost anything in perspective. And like say you have one leg, we'll make another box form. Like this is going to be the pelvis. It's sitting down, and you notice I'm using the 2-point perspective kind of. It would be joint, and then you have, or you wouldn't see, like, you have the rest of the body. That would be the upper torso, like so. So now if one leg, this leg, it's laying out flat. The leg is about half, like we said, of the body, so it's about half. Now if it's out flat, same thing, like I said, draw that. You don't have to really sketch it. Once you get the hang of it, you really don't have to draw the lips. I'm just showing, but kind of draw the lips like so. Then if you mark it about that point, that'd be about right if the knee is being raised. But also remember, you're going to see the front side, all the things we saw. And then say, if you want to raise it here, you can do that too. You can make it come out here, the thigh. Now here was the first mark. But that's the idea, and I'll show you. Here's where I got, it's from this book. These drawings are so much better. Crap, I got a hurry. Now here's a really good example. Like this is the basic idea is, from these points, you can kind of see it, like from these points, like that's where the deltoid is. See how it's marked first there, and all the other follow an ellipse. So you did that with this arm too. Follow the ellipse on this side, and that's the basic idea, and it helps a lot because even with like at certain joints, you can figure out too. Everywhere there's a joint, you can do this. Like see this picture. This is really good. You might want to pause this here and just look at it. But see here, extend it out, joint to the joint, create that ellipse I was telling you about, and see you can make it look as though the leg is coming out, like it's about, say it's going to kick someone here, or you can make it look like it's there and then it's bending back. And see that if there's a point there, you can do the ellipse with this part too. But that's pretty much it. Thanks.